On In Focus tonight, today marked the first day of the pretrial hearings for the 6 Baltimore City police officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray. Judge Barry Glenn Williams heard multiple motions from the defense and the state, but the last motion ruled in favor of the defense, giving each officer their own trial. Brian Kubler joins us now with the details from today's hearing. That was a big one, Brian, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kelly. See, today the state and the defense argued a total of 3 motions in front of Judge Barry Williams. He ruled for the state twice and the defense once at the very end of the day. First up was the dismissal of charges based on prosecutorial misconduct. The defense argued the city state's attorney, Marilyn Mosby, held more of a, quote, pep rally here on the steps of the War Memorial in her May 1st news conference rather than just announcing the charges against these officers. The training, they were concerned about the tainting of the jury pool in that case. The Judge Williams disagreed and denied the motion. He also denied an attempt at the defense trying to remove Ms. Mosby and her entire office from prosecuting this case. The defense cited multiple conflicts of interest in the case, and the motion again by Judge Williams was denied. Now, a defense did get the victory coming late this afternoon when the judge determined that all 6 officers should be tried differently. The state was looking to try Officer Nero, Sergeant White, and the van driver, Cesar Goodson, together, but that will not happen. So now we're looking at 6 separate trials coming up in October. So now the next step, we're not really quite done with pretrial hearings. The next step is next Thursday on September 10th. We will be talking about a change of venue. That is arguably the bigger motion that is going to take all day to argue in Judge Barry Williams' court, and that again is next week. Kelly?
You just mentioned that the change of venue, that really is bigger than everything that happened today. What can we expect out of that hearing?
Even more so because now we're dealing with 6 separate trials. We spoke to some attorneys. You can never really tell how the judge is going to rule on this. We haven't even heard the arguments yet. But in some of the things he said today, some of the attorneys that were sitting in the room that we spoke to afterwards said maybe he might keep it in Baltimore based on some of the things he said on the bench today. But again, that's going to take all day to argue this case between both sides. And we'll see at that point whether these 6 cases will be tried right here in Baltimore or in varying different courtrooms around our area.
Now, Brian, I know that the judge ruled that Marilyn Mosby didn't have to recuse herself, but he did make some comments, didn't he, about the press conference on the steps?
Yeah, he said that he called some of what she said, some of the language she used here in her May 1st press conference troubling, but it did not rise to the point of prosecutorial misconduct, and that, quite frankly, it wasn't his jurisdiction to rule on that, and that's an appellate court situation later on down the road. So right now, it's going to move ahead as scheduled, and Judge Williams was very quick to rule on these motions, and he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. So right now, we are currently on schedule. Again, next week, September 10th, is the next big pretrial motion.
All right. Brian Kubler, thanks a lot for that live report.